So it's been a couple of weeks now as we try to reorient to what is this new COVID-19 normal. And I'm realizing that we need to reinvent the way that we go about socially interacting with one another. We've been saying that now for a couple of weeks, but how is that going to look? One group we know that's been doing this successfully for years are the gamers. So I think it's about time we learn from them.
People get it pretty easily when you talk about rugby. It's really easy to understand how that builds connection between people. And it's like, well, then you can imagine the same thing happening in a game of darts. You might have experienced that playing cards with your friends. It's just the same thing. The difference is that in many ways, video games offer far more complex collaborative tasks than some of those other examples. And I think it's instinctively now, or it's at least intuitive to us, how to maintain a strong connection using a headset and a shared activity.
So what we're saying is that there's this physical distancing, social connectedness, and the gamers out there seem to be primed for this.
I'm kind of digressing here, but I figure you'll indulge me. I have a large circle of friends that I met through a game called Destiny. But we have talked through, while gaming, everything from divorce to the death of friends and family members, stuff that's hard to talk about and can be really hard sometimes for blokes to talk about. So it's a really long, drawn out answer to, yeah, we have been preparing for this and we are good at connecting without seeing each other, and we're good at sharing time together and really benefiting from it.
To hear that you and your mates can feel so connected and find that togetherness, which is really because you have a goal that is shared.
We know guys in particular aren't great at opening up, and I've always loved the notion that I came across first through Movember of side-by-side activities, doing something fun together or doing a task together or taking on a challenge together. And video games offer that in a really accessible way in this situation.
I'm going to play devil's advocate because I've seen so many young dudes with what I would label a gaming addiction.
The strongest predictor of problematic play is actually how much need satisfaction you're getting in your everyday life. The main thing is not to assume that video games are the problem, because more likely it's something else that's the problem. And as you alluded to, in fact, video games might be your lifeline at those times. And so we advocate, as do others, kind of just trying to increase the amount of need satisfaction you get from other areas so that you've got that balance and you're keeping things in harmony.
How are we going to get to the point where you can create meaningful, long-lasting friendships online?
I guess the question I have, how do you make friends in the real world?
That's true. It's shared experience. And I think the thing that you said before, which is that ability to have vulnerable, open communication, also going through highs and lows, which naturally happen through games, automatically going to be a bonding experience.
So they're all the things we talk about in gaming. I've just never thought about, are they exactly the same as what you do in real life?
So I think what we've learned is that we need to be okay to shake things up. But we need to remember that it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. Each guy is going to do things a little differently. It's not about the physical distance. It's about the social distance. We want to find ways to socially connect. That's why I bought myself a Nintendo Switch. I've never played it before, but it might just be the way to connect with some new guys out there. Give it a go. What better time than now?
4 months of pre-season to get to the starting line, and then put the starter's gun, shoots, and you're out of the blocks, and then that's it, and the race stops.